Hello everybody, my name is Nadia and I'm from Brazil. This is my second video on YouTube and today I'm gonna talk about what can you expect of living in Dublin. First of all, I'd like to start talking about the weather. The weather in Dublin it's very interesting and very remarkable, which means that the autumn, for example, tend to be not very cold, but they tend to be cold, windy, rainy, and you can see plenty of leaves on the ground. Then the winter tend to be extremely cold, sometimes below zero, and it tend to be it usually it's raining, which for me it's very annoying, and you feel a little bit depressive. On the other hand, we have the spring, which are very lovely and wonderful because the temperature gradually rise, and you can see the flowers start appearing, and you can feel that people are happier and they want to enjoy the weather. And the last one, which are for me the best one, it is the summer, because in the summer it's very hot and everybody is going to the beach or to the pub or to the parks, and it starts to be dark after 9 p.m., which is very good. And I don't know, I just feel happier when it's summer and also spring. Because of this for me it's the best, are the best. The second one that I would like to talk, what can you expect of living Dublin, it is that people there love drinking alcohol. Yes, it's part of their culture, and they it depends on the person and on the family, but some people tend to drink alcohol almost every day. This is just because they like to do this. I think it's a way for them to calm down and relax. And yes, it's very common you see that. And the third one, which are part of the second one, it is that there are plenty of pubs in Dublin and they like to be there frequently. When they want to catch up with their friends or to hang out with her husband or her husband or his husband or her wife, they prefer going to a pub, for example, and sometimes cinema, but the focus here it is the pub. So yes, this is very common, it's very cultural, and they don't go to pubs just on the weekend. They tend to go on the week as well, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday. It's very common for them to hang out or catch up with their friends in pubs. The fourth, it is about the education of Irish people that are living in Dublin, which is that they are very polite, and it means that they are extremely polite. Seriously, if you are going to a supermarket or I don't know, and bump into someone, but yes, they are very polite, and all the time they are saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And also they don't like to get advantage from someone or from somebody. They don't like to do this. They are very fair and honestly. For me, this is incredible, and I think this is so beautiful. And yes, I really appreciate this in Irish people. And the last one, this is for me the most beautiful in Irish people. It's because they tend to care about the homeless. Yes, unfortunately, it's very common. You see plenty of homeless on the street. Um, Plenty of them are addicted. And in this case, when Irish people see homeless on the street asking for money, they used to stop by there and to speak with them and to give advice, to hear them, to understand why they are there, why they are needing. This for me, incredible. I don't know how to say about this, but this is lovely, this is amazing. I think it's so wonderful because you see that they care about people, and nowadays with the technology are all the time doing our stuffs quickly and finishing our trying to finish our job and come back to our house and spend our time with our family and do the same thing on the next day. And despite all the difficult that we have, they care about other people. They want to know what's happening, what they are needing. This is wonderful. For me, this is incredible. So yeah, the last one, it's about the homeless, which for me is the wonderful. But what can I say is that there are plenty of things that we could tell about what can you expect of living in Dublin or from the Irish people. But so guys, here are one, two, three, four, five things that you can expect of Dublin and also from Irish people. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry for my mistakes. As I say, for you, I'm not fluently in English. I'm just going step by step to be as much better as I can. And see you on the next video.